And we are live from LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, kinda. There were some issues. There's always issues with Facebook, like the last 2 months, every time we go live. Side note. Instagram, they make it more complicated, but we are live on my Instagram. I believe we might be live on Chelsea's Instagram as well. But it is a Revening's Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday, Revenue Party people. We've got hot topics, hot prizes, and hot guests for you tonight. And we are going to get into it, but I want to first know, where is everyone tuning in from? I see mostly we have people on LinkedIn, which is great. Let me know what city. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Do we have any folks here in Columbus, Ohio? I know people have met in their own neighborhood here in the comments, which is just amazing. So would love to know where you're tuning in from. And also remember to keep us honest, because you're a part of this conversation too here in the comments, and meet each other. It's a party here in the comments. Don't be shy. But we're going to be getting into hiring. That's something we don't talk about a lot here. But, as we get started in the intro here, talk to us about hiring. What's your status? So the guests can start feeling you out. Some of us are in the SaaS industry. Many of us went through layoffs. There's a lot of hardships, but now there's also some growth, and we're seeing companies that are hiring. And if you're in that situation, what's your experience with that? Are you seeing is it very siloed? Is it very team oriented? Would love to know what people's teams are doing with sales and marketing. Put it in the comments. Ooh, we've got some South Florida. That must be nice. Columbus, Ohio. What? The Jersey Shore. Hey. Tuning in from Washington State. Hey, David. And we've got Toms River, New Jersey, Oregon. LinkedIn user, you may have a privacy setting that could keep you from entering to win prizes tonight, because you're blocking LinkedIn from giving your data to third parties. So there is a privacy rule. Sabrina, if you're watching, she helps in the comments. Share those steps for what he can do or she can do, whoever LinkedIn user is, who is from Bend, Oregon. Help them so we can see their data in StreamYard and they can enter to win prizes, because we have hot prizes tonight and hot guests. So let me get right into it. Continue to let us know where you're tuning in from, and also what's your hiring situation looking like in your world. New York, hey. Also, you all know I love High Level. It's my everything tool, my all-in-one marketing tool and CRM. And I've been integrating Kixi. So Kixi is a tool I'm an affiliate of now as well, because it's a power dialer and it's a text messaging tool. So if you have a sales team and you're on High Level, but they also integrate with HubSpot, it's very easy to use. It's consumption based, which I'm a fan of. Check out Kixie, and they provide the phone numbers for you, so I'm not dealing with Twilio and all that other stuff. But then Cherry Assistant, that's Sabrina's with Cherry Assistant. That's the VA service who helps me out, and they should help you out as well. So check out Cherry Assistant as well. I put my VA link here on this QR code, but they do more than just like help, prepare all the materials for WinsDay. They have helped people set up their cold email domains, so multi-domain sending on like Smartly or Instantly. They've helped people with organizing notes and entering data into CRMs. So there's a lot of information or a lot of stuff that VAs can do. Like, you're doing a lot, and sometimes your mind needs a break and you need to reorganize and recalibrate and be a leader, right? So delegate. That's what real leaders do, and Cherry Assistant can help you do that. And if you aren't trying high level yet, or you haven't, definitely you need to move from HubSpot if you're on, or any of these other like mainstream tools. Like high level is more robust. Not only that, it's much more budget friendly. I'm a big fan. Obviously, I would love to help you out with it. If you want 30-day trial, you can use my affiliate link rather than getting the 14-day trial. But there is a newsletter about the show, so we're recapping this. Who here is watching the newsletter or getting the newsletter? Put a 1 in the chat if you get my newsletter. Put a 2 in the chat if you're not. Put a 3 in the chat if you're going to go head over to reveting.com and subscribe on the homepage. Also, there is room for logos. If anyone wants to sponsor, check out the website. We've got a lot of cool stuff. I'll talk about it throughout the show these links. We've got the retreat coming up in July. Good times. But also, we're going to be giving away some hot prizes. So this is the fun stuff. Please start entering to win a swag pack from High Level. They've got a couple t-shirts, a hat. It's pretty cool. A water bottle. And then, yes, there is the Cherry Assistant link. And then we've got hashtag VA will get you 10 hours free with a virtual assistant. So go ahead and try it. Just free, and, offload some of your work, your busy work, to a virtual assistant. Let them help you. They are amazing. And Cherry Assistant will line you up with someone who works within your hours, within your language, within the requirements that you have. It's really a great experience. But also, prize 3 hashtag blog will get you 10 AI blogs that consider SEO keywords and long tail keywords. And, they consider Google and Google's updates. So Open Draft, they climbed really fast in Product Hunt. And I'm excited to give away 10 free blogs. If you enter hashtag blog, you can try it out if you win. Hashtag headset will get you a free headset from Headset Advisor. It is wireless, and you can use it for all your cold calls with Kixie or whatever cold call tool you're using. Hashtag email gets you 1 year free with Lavender. If you do not already have Lavender, that's the problem. Everyone has Lavender because it's amazing. So if you don't have Lavender, then don't have FOMO. Get Lavender. It's a Chrome extension. It'll help keep your tone right on your cold emails. For me, it helps keep me concise. Hashtag email to try out Lavender Pro for 1 year. Hashtag marketing for a month free in my program, where I teach you how to use StreamYard. That's the tool we're on tonight. I am an affiliate here as well. Definitely check out StreamYard. But I train you on how to go live, not only on LinkedIn, but across channels. And I also teach you on how to use High Level. So we have people who are leveling up. They've been in my program for several months. They have gone from SDR on over to marketing manager. But also people are working on their side hustles and getting creative about what they can be doing in their off hours to level up, make a little extra income. So if that's you and you're in growth mode, definitely check out my program. But enough about me. I want to hear more about the audience. So what were you all saying about hiring? Is anyone here, have you dealt with hiring in the audience? I don't think anyone mentioned that. I do see some 1s and 2s. So yeah, definitely go get on the newsletter, y'all. But I digress. For now, I want to go ahead and welcome in our amazing guests, because we have Alan Stein and Chelsea Olsen. Thank you both so much for joining this Wednesday late night. And if you're not already following Chelsea and Alan, definitely go search their name in LinkedIn and follow them, because both of them they're going to be sharing with us here tonight, but they also are both sharing a lot of really great content every day. Maybe not every day, but it does seem like it. And I do enjoy following it. But I want to start off, and we always ask to hear your full life story. Of course, we're limited by time. So if you could do it within 2 minutes, but we want to know the good stuff, the stuff we won't find on your LinkedIn page. Because of course, we know that you worked with really amazing large brands, Chelsea, and you've had several companies. You've been a successful entrepreneur. There's so much we can take away from you. But there is stuff that like we don't know about you that humanizes you. So could you tell us in 2 minutes your full life story?
I will try. It's hard to put 4 decades almost into 2 minutes, but my name is Chelsea Olsen. For those that don't know me, I am a growth consultant and also a fractional chief growth officer, which confuses some people, so we can keep it at growth consultant. I'm originally from Long Island, New York. I saw some people are in the Northeast here too, so hello to my neighbors. To start, I would say I was always an entrepreneur. As a young girl, I had lemonade stands and was washing cars for money and always hoarding my money and saving it and actually like hiding it in phones and things. And I don't know who I was hiding it from as a young kid, but I always loved this idea of generating income and having a little bit of a side hustle. I started working as soon as I could at 14 as a gymnastics coach. And my goal always was to be a successful businesswoman. So the young me, I guess, would be proud now. But there are things that have definitely taken me down over the years. I share a lot on LinkedIn if you guys want to follow me there about a chronic illness I have. I was misdiagnosed for almost 20 years and how my health struggles played into my life and my career. I'm also a single mother. So there's just been a lot that's happened in my entrepreneurial journey. And yeah, I'm excited to share with you guys kind of how that's given me more perspective and how it's made me feel like I've been given a purpose on this earth and mission through those struggles to help other people who want to find financial abundance, but also who really want to value the time that they're given here on this planet. So driving efficiencies and driving revenue have become my core mission through everything I've experienced.
Oh, that's really beautiful. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that, Chelsea. And funny story, at 14, I started teaching dance. So we have that
Yeah.
in common. You did gymnastics, but very cool. I'm really excited to be able to learn from you today. And audience, remember, hi, Michelle. Oh, single mom. Yeah, that is so just impressive. That you're able to handle so much and still do it so gracefully, in a way that also empowers others. So thank you so much for being here. And Alan, now it's your turn. We want to hear from you. What
Yeah,
is your full life story? And how can you fill it in with more color that then we can find on your LinkedIn page in 2 minutes?
yeah. Well, Chelsea has a very similar background to me. So I grew up in Long Island as well. My first job also was at age 14. I worked at Waldbaum's, which was a grocery store in Long Island, now taken over by Whole Foods. Um, and then I went to, I was born from, I have a sister, a dad, a mom. My parents are still alive, divorced after the 34-year itch. They got divorced there. I went to college in Binghamton, New York. Then thought I was going to be a psychologist. I was going for a PhD in clinical psychology. I got into a program, full ride, University of Delaware, and I dropped out after a semester. And then I started a path of 6 more careers on Wall Street, in venture capital, in baseball, going back to business school, then American Express, then Google, then other companies. But all that is on LinkedIn. But what else happened to me throughout the years is I had 3 fantastic kids. Well, I got married to my unbelievable supportive wife, Melanie, and who, by the way, is a hell of a lot more successful than me. She was on Oprah last year, and I got to be in the guest audience, which was pretty darn cool. But anyway, I digress. So I'm 50 years old, and 3 years ago, I kind of had a midlife crisis where, not, I wouldn't say midlife crisis, a midlife reassessment of where I put my corporate career behind into my entrepreneurship, where now I am the founder and CEO of Kadima Careers, where we accelerate careers. And I'm also proud dad to 3 kids, 2 of them that are going to college next year. And my third one, my daughter, is going to be 16 later this month.
Wow, 16. I can't even imagine. I've got a 9-year-old, so we're on our way there, and a 5-year-old boy. But wow, we're all parents. How fun. That makes for an interesting conversation. But let's get into our first topic. And audience, keep us honest. We want to make this interesting for you. The first topic is building a cohesive team through hiring. So this is a really interesting one. And I believe this is your topic, Chelsea. Could you kick us off on this topic and, tell us, like, how do we build a cohesive team through hiring? Because I'm imagining we have multiple departments involved with hiring a person with this title. Is that what you're getting at with it?
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into hiring. If you guys have any questions, I'm looking at the chat right now, so put them in there. And it would also be helpful for me to understand where you guys are at. Are you looking to get hired? Are you an employee? Are you a CEO? Because there's different ways to navigate this conversation. On a high level, I would say if you want to grow or scale your company as a CEO, you need to hire. You just need people. The power is in the people. You need to be able to get a good team around you, and you're only going to be as good as the people you hire. So it's very important when you have a company that's in that small business range, under 5 million, let's say, that you enable yourself to be able to take on a team, delegate out tasks, free yourself up so you can actually run your business and become the CEO that you're meant to be. Let me see here. Oh, we got still, all right. No one wrote anything. That's just questions in the comments. If you're an employee and you are looking for work, I think Alan's probably better equipped to handle that. But it's important to look for companies that share similar values as you, right? And I think oftentimes as people who are searching for jobs, we're only looking at income, we get desperate. But when you're looking for a career that you're really going to enjoy and be able to love your life doing it, you have to look for companies that share your values. So going back to being a company that's looking to hire, it's important to understand your values as a company and define who you are, what your business stands for, why you do what you do. Even if you have a SaaS company or sell widgets, it doesn't matter. There has to be a core why behind your business and why you operate and why you exist. And there need to be certain values and principles, like, are you growth oriented? Do you have a vision for growth? Are you accountable? Do you hold yourself as a leader accountable? Therefore, you're going to hold your team accountable. Certain principles like trust, that you trust in yourself. And therefore, when you hire people, you trust in them and you don't micromanage. So looking at those core things are very important. Looking at the foundation, which is your business, I think is really, really important when you're trying to hire a team. And then there's so much more that goes into it. But I would say that's a good start.
Yeah, I'm curious, audience. I don't think we've had any comments yet about, like, what is your status? Like, we want to make this for you. We've got 2 people on Twitter, or X, I guess it's called. Someone on YouTube and someone on your guys' page, the Kadima. Am I saying that right?
Kadima Careers.
On that page, like, what? I'm curious from people in the audience, where are you standing with this? Or is it just stagnant? Are there hiring freezes? Because that happens too sometimes. Like, I don't know. What are you seeing, Chelsea? Like, overall, what are some of the trends right now?
Yeah, I think it's dependent upon where a company is. And I'm going to talk about it from, the standpoint of which I am. I'm a fractional chief growth officer, growth consultant. I come into companies, they need to scale, they want to grow. The number one thing that's holding them back is the fact that they're not hiring. Whether it's because they've been burned in the past, they're scared to share profits, they don't have a proven process to hand off to somebody else. They get to a point where they're just too overwhelmed. They can't even think about hiring. That's a lot of what I see. And I see it in companies that are under, let's say, 20 million, because most of the time I'm helping agencies and B2B service providers who are in that $2 million to $20 million range that say that they want to grow. So a lot of this that I see is people that own the companies and they're doing too much. They're maybe leading sales, trying to still lead marketing. They're not letting go. They're not hiring, and it's impeding their growth. They're their worst enemy, and they're the bottleneck. And you have to hire the right folks in order to grow a company. It's how it is. And I think too, there needs to be a mindset shift in companies to not think of people as expenses and not think of employees as expenses, and understand that they are truly investments. Because when you do the right job and you hire the right people, they can 10x your company, or they can free up so much of your time, which is so much value in itself. It's just to free up your own time.
We've had a couple comments. Yeah. So Brittany said, I have subcontractors and would love to hire full-time staff someday. So that's where she is. And then Matt's saying, but it continues to get harder to find people that align with the values we look for, skills/talents, which means we have to put more thought into how we hire and what we use to find and hire the right people.
I agree with that. So for finding the right people, it's important to sit down and craft out questions when you're going through a hiring process that will inform you of who these people are. And a lot of times when you're interviewing somebody, you're asking questions, but you're kind of leading them to the answer that you want. So I think it's important for people, if they are going to hire, to go in and have questions written out that really help you get to know who you're talking to. Because everybody is going to come in with a resume. Let's say sales. They're all going to come in with a resume and say, yeah, I increased revenue by 35% for my last company. I crush it. I'm the best salesperson ever, right? Everyone is putting that face forward, and they're not showing up as their full self. And as a leader, you need to be able to sit down at the table with these people, have a real conversation, cut through all that noise, and get to understand who they are. A big thing is with a sales leader or a marketing leader, if you're hiring for leadership, you want to know if the person that's in front of you knows how to get the things done that you need done, or they've worked for such large companies where they weren't actually the one getting things done. They were the one hiring people to get the things done, right? So you need to be able to ask questions to see what is the true capacity and capability of these people. How can they help me with the values? You have to set them up in ways where you're not leading them to answer that they share the same values as you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I want to honor David here real quick, because he typed this in. I'm a founder of a technology consulting firm, Go Technology Solutions, and consultant product for an early stage startup that's early series, seed, stage 0 to 1 startup, pre-revenue. Key focus is revenue growth on the consulting and tech integration with our virtual hotspot, patented technology for live video. So, pre-revenue, that's hard with hiring, because you really have to find the right people. Any quick suggestions there for pre-revenue?
Yeah. You have equity. So give
true.
it, find the right people, give away that equity. Don't give away too much, but do have some equity. And it's really hard to start a business with zero capital. Let's be real. You have to have some money coming in, whether you're working full time and that's fueling this startup that you have, because I've done that. I've been there. I owned the Caddy Girls for years. They're still in existence. They made it to Shark Tank. And I worked at JP Morgan the entire time because it was a startup and we were fueling growth and we were expanding out to 9 different states in the first year that I came on and doing all these big things. But I needed to feed myself, and I also needed to pump money into the business so I could share that money and hire out and get help. And it's the same thing. Like you can't, it's really, I don't know how people do it with zero. I can't imagine.
I did the same thing. I was a fractional CMO. Well, I was a full-time CMO and then I
Mhm.
went fractional. But I
Yeah.
digress. We have another hot topic to get into. And audience, continue to keep us honest. What do you think here? But Alan, um, before we get into your topic, which is how job search is a sales and marketing motion, any like reflections on anything we just talked about?
Yeah. I think hiring, like a lot of things that Chelsea was talking about, hiring needs to be better, needs to be more structured, needs to be more consistent. There's no incentive for it to change, though, unfortunately. There's no quality control on hiring. I've interviewed for at so many companies, and I've seen such poor interviewing and assessment processes done. I've seen it done well in very small number of cases. Amazon, Google, Stripe does a good job. The big consulting companies do a good job. Lots of interviews are poorly done. And because of that, usually hires come because of referrals and who you know. And if you think back on a lot of jobs, I don't know about the two of you, I would love to hear, but 24 out of my 29 jobs I've had in my career occurred because somebody put in a good word because of me. It didn't mean I didn't need to interview for those jobs. Although in two of the cases, like my dad and my Aunt Sammy, I didn't really have to interview for. But
Yeah.
but the process is terrible. The process is terrible, but there's no incentive for the companies to change.
Mm. Yeah, well, I would say and LinkedIn. I did my last employer. They found me on LinkedIn and that's how I found them. So it wasn't through someone I knew, but it was I
So
guess kinda because someone I knew technically they would have liked my content,
yeah,
something like that.
and you're in a creative industry, so you're showing your wares on like social media. So
Mhm.
that's where you would be discovered, like in
Mhm.
this case, by a recruiter.
Right. Yeah. So you're right. You know, it does come down to a lot of the time who we know. Ooh, and that's a big one here. So let me pull Alan in full screen because he's going to kick us off on this topic. And LinkedIn user, hopefully Sabrina, if you're around, you could send him the privacy or her steps so that we can get their data and know who this is. But we have a big comment here, Alan. It's employee at a startup, but looking to find people in certain markets like food broker, CPG, e-commerce, consulting to hand off clients that are looking for services our company doesn't offer. Not looking to hire right now, but to find the right businesses that offer what we do not, but that our clients ask for. Do I just send random LinkedIn messages until I find someone I resonate with at these companies? Partnering is just as important as hiring IMO.
Um, I think that makes a lot of sense. The partnership, if you have other business coming in that you're not fit for, if you can send that to someone and get some sort of affiliate or some sort of partnership, I would think about which sort of companies or organizations would be in that space and create a list of those companies. And in LinkedIn, it's very easy to look for people by company. If you don't have LinkedIn Premium, I would recommend for you to pay for that. It's annoying, like that you have to, but it gives you better filtering capability. And I would reach out to people at those companies, build relationships, and not everyone, like it is important to know who you're partnering with. So we partner with a lot of different companies. We don't choose to partner with companies that are a-holes or just not going to be good partners. But so you can decide that. And unlike hiring a person, you can have multiple partners too. You can hire multiple people, but usually when you're hiring for one role. For partnerships, you can have a suite of multiple partners.
Mm, yeah, it's such a great point. And there was a quick question too from Matt. I guess it was more, yeah, a question. I'd like to hear what the most common mistake bad interview processes have in them.
Yeah. Um, so lots of things. One, they they don't have a structured interview process. So every interview like there's research on this. You can, I think there's a book called, it's a book about work rules by Laszlo Bock from Google. But there's ways to do interviews called structured interviewing, where you basically ask everybody the same set of questions, and you have different people evaluate different areas of focus, and you measure those individuals based on a rubric. So, like at Google, they ask for role-related knowledge. So they might ask a question about specific to your role and your insight there. But then at the end of that, everybody that is interviewing that candidate should assess and rank the candidate blindly, submit it. And at the end, all the assessments should be looked at basically anonymized. What happens in most interviews is there is a lot of influence from the HIPPO decision making, highest person opinion or something like that, where their single person is influencing the outcome of the decision making process, and the questions are not well thought out, and the areas of focus are not well thought out. So that's what happens in most cases, because anybody can interview and there's no quality control on interviews.
Yeah. Oh, no quality control on interviews, man. And if only there were, it'd be a different world. But like, I want to make sure we do justice to this topic, and we just have a few more minutes on it. So how job search is a sales and marketing motion. So what are the smartest people doing with their job search?
So I consider, like, when you're working, you are essentially leasing yourself to a company. They are paying you. So you are getting paid talent as a service, kind of like software as a service. You are talent as a service. So you are convincing an organization to pay you $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 a year. So you need to effectively market yourself on LinkedIn and your resume to a lesser degree, and through industry networking and relationship building. And when you get to speak to somebody in the interview, then you are selling yourself. And I don't consider yourself selling yourself. I think it's more leasing or renting yourself. And that's why it's called talent as a service, and not that you're totally selling yourself, but you're leasing yourself.
Yeah. You're leasing yourself. I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah. And there's no rental agreement either. Like, you can, unfortunately, like with a lease of a car, you have that car for 36 months and Honda can't take that car back from you. But if you get a job at Microsoft tomorrow, they can retract that offer on day one, or even before you start there. Any company can, except like unionized employers.
So
government maybe, but
I'm sure Yahim, I hope I don't mispronounce your name. Damn, I hope one day I can rent myself for $500,000 a year. Like, yes, one day. And when you are working, you are leasing yourself to the business, aka talent as a service. I like that too, Elizabeth. So yes, this is a really great way to think about it. Keep thinking about it. Keep those conversations flowing. Make sure you're entering to win these prizes just throughout the episode. And we're going to come back and we have 2 more hot topics. So we've got company growth through sales and marketing, and funnels, awareness, interviews, and negotiations. So again, on the hiring side, continue to let us know where you stand in the comments. And also, did everyone let us know where they're tuning in from? Because I don't think everyone let us know. And we want to know, where are you tuning in from? And we will be right back right after these messages.
I was able to bring in $4,000 in 1 month as a sponsored affiliate. Let me tell you how. I stopped focusing on product and features and started focusing on value. I was throwing masterclasses and events, and now I'm doing a retreat. Events have really been something I have focused in on. I created a funnel, and my funnel is what helps get people to show up, not just to my event, but to other people's events as well. Just imagine this. You registered for a masterclass, it's free, it's in 1 month, and you are totally excited to go. Fast forward 30 days, and you already forgot that masterclass is happening. This is where your funnel comes in. You have to constantly be reminding people once they register for your event. And you need that funnel to be in line with the event date so that you can plan ahead and have text messages, emails, and communication going out to your attendees so they know what to bring, when to bring it, and what they need to do to show up and be successful at your event. That is the value I've gotten out of High Level for using their robust funnels. So what are you waiting for? Head over to reviting.com, reach out to me. An email is jessie@reviting.com, or you can go into LinkedIn, send me a DM, and let's get your event poppin'.
Check these emails. Wait, I need to write the script. Oh my god, I forgot to schedule all my content last week.
I know the chaos of running a one-person business can feel too much sometimes. Cherry Assistant has become my secret weapon to success. Having an actual niche assistant has been so game-changing. But since bringing on one of their virtual assistants, they have been handling all my nitty-gritty tasks, from DMing people on my socials to following up with leads, even doing the cold outreach for me. Plus, they help with all the tedious admin tasks like managing emails, scheduling appointments, reminding me of appointments. Just imagine the time that you're going to have when you have an actual niche virtual assistant helping you with all these things. So with Cherry Assistant, you're never going to have to worry about the little things again. You get on a call with them. That way they can actually gauge your business needs and they're going to help you fill the gaps. You go to cherrysystem.com, you can get on a call with one of them and they're going to help you find your person. Now you can actually finally free up some time to focus on building your empire.
Woo, that got loud there at the end. Sorry about that. But thank you, everybody. And thank you to Cherry Assistant and High Level. I hope you will enter to win some prizes. So High Level has a swag pack, but also you can try their product for 30 days free. Just go to reviting.com/high level. And it's a 30-day trial, but it's like the most robust all-in-one marketing and sales solution. And not only that, like, so I have mine white labeled. So my High Level is app.reviting.com. And then I can give other people their own accounts. So then people who join my coaching program get like their own High Level account. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. But I digress. Continue to enter to win prizes. Let's get into this third topic. So Chelsea, company growth through sales and marketing. So we talked about company growth through cohesive team hiring. What about through sales and marketing? Like, because you come in as the fractional chief growth officer, like at which point is the company hiring you? And, where at that point are you helping them grow and guiding their sales and marketing teams?
It's honestly across the board. There's times where the company will hire me when the CEO realizes that they need to build out that sales team. They'll only have maybe a few people working for them on the sales side. They know they want to grow. They want to hand it off. They'll bring me in to help them do that. But mainly when people connect with me, they all have the same problem. It's that they have a product or service. They are doing a great job of fulfilling the product or service for their current clients, and they're stuck in a cycle of sales and fulfillment. They mainly operate off of word of mouth and referrals, and they don't have a proven sales process. You would be surprised how many companies that are even making 15, 18, 20 million a year don't have an actual lead generation plan and process. They don't have people that are prospecting every single day. They're not doing cold email. They don't have funnels. They're not using LinkedIn. They're not doing cold calls. They're not doing direct mail. They have just simply been struck by the gods and had this ability to run a company, get referrals, keep it going, and haven't had to do much cold outreach. So that's usually when they connect with me.
And so then when you come in, are you like, as a chief growth officer, like what does a chief growth officer even really do? Like, does it really help bridge the gap between sales and marketing, or like, how does that work?
Yeah, a chief growth officer looks at 3 different things. It's sales, marketing, and customer success. Most of my customers have to look at sales first. Marketing, I have a lot to say about it. It's a gray space, to be honest. You know, running ads, things like that, typically aren't the most effective plan of action at first for the companies I'm working with. They really have to work on sales and also customer success, because their customers, retaining their customers is going to drive revenue quickly for them, very quickly. And oftentimes they're not realizing why they're losing customers, why they've lost a customer in the past, why maybe a prospect decided not to go with them. So we have to do things around customer success, like win-loss analysis, as we build out that sales plan for them. And then take a look at basic things in marketing. Like, do they have a website with a clear headline so people aren't super confused when they land on the page? Because you can't confuse people or you lose them. Do they have proper sales materials like collateral, things of, you know, like cape decks, one sheets that describe what product or service they have? You know, little things with marketing. Do they have a LinkedIn page? But the LinkedIn page is never going to drive business. We all know that. So marketing, you know, is kind of like a little bit here, but huge on sales for growth. I mean, growth is driven by sales and prospecting. We all know that. And also driven by increasing the lifetime value of your customer and retaining the customers and deepening the relationship with the people you're already working with. So customer success, sales, and then marketing.
Yes, that is so important. Customer success, sales, and marketing. So Chelsea, I guess last question for you on all this. So when you say they have to start with sales, like what is that? Is that cold email? Is that cold calling? Or like, how do you determine like what is sales?
Yes, sales is different apparently to everybody. Sometimes they think it's like up to marketing to get sales qualified leads. I don't come from that world, right? For me, sales is knocking on doors and getting business. Now, we are in 2024 at this time of filming, so we have to knock on doors in different ways. And that's through LinkedIn, doing outreach. That's cold email. That's one-on-one outreach via cold email, not email newsletters through Constant Contact, MailChimp. That would be marketing. That's more educational and promotional. I mean, actual one-on-one calls. Anything you're doing, a phone call, you know, a direct mail piece where you're asking the customer or potential customer to get on a discovery call, an introductory call with you. That is sales. Trying to get meetings. That is sales.
I love that. Yep. The one-to-one outreach. I'm actually running a smart lead campaign right now. So there's like 6 different domains set up. It's going out one-to-one and pulling information, much different than what I've been doing for the last few decades, which is marketing emails. Like I can send a really mean marketing newsletter, and I definitely do every week. You should also go subscribe. But the sales emails are way different. And calls, like I really am not, I'm like, I struggle with this, Chelsea. I wish I could be more like you and, you know, want to go knock down the doors and make the phone calls. But I do LinkedIn DM outreach, and I hope other people do that as well. But when it comes to sitting down and doing a bunch of cold calls, like Kixie, I put it into gear every once in a while. Like when I have a list and I'm like, this list has been really great, and the last thing I can do with it is call it. And I'll be like, okay, I'm just going to go call it. But otherwise, unless I've already done a bunch of things to know that that data is really good, and then I have a great message for that audience, then calling is hard for me to get around to. Like, what what like do you do to light that fire to like make you want to go like connect with people and knock down their doors?
Cold calling is its own beast, and not every single company has to do it. I mean, I generated over $1 million just with my LinkedIn strategy. It didn't require any phone calls whatsoever. So
Yes.
you don't need it. Okay. You don't
Love
need
that.
to cold call. There are times where it's applicable and it makes sense. But over the years, I've seen that it's just not working as effectively as it once was in many industries. Now, there's going to be somebody that says, well, you know, it works in my industry. I'm sure it does. But in the B2B space, when you're trying to reach decision makers, they're most likely not going to answer their phone. You could do something where like you leave a message, you then text them, you know, that can work. You can tell them via email or LinkedIn that you did call them. But I actually prefer to use LinkedIn and send a video message or a voice note instead of a phone call. It's much more effective.
Oh, a voice note on LinkedIn? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
a voice note or a
Like on the
video
mobile?
message. I mean,
Oh, a
some
video.
people are scared, but I do I coach people on this all the time, and I'm building a team. I'm like, how many video messages did you send? Because if you
So
send a video
cold
message,
or like, so I'll do a voice note like once it's down further in the funnel, but not cold. Are you doing video cold?
yeah. So let's say you send the connection request, but you tried to warm them up in LinkedIn because you did some commenting on their post. So there's like some level of awareness, hopefully there. You then move into connection request. They accepted it. Now you can message them. You send some type of message with like a quick question that's applicable to the service or product you offer. And then they don't answer. Okay, now maybe we do the video message. Hey, I want to put a face to the name. My name's Chelsea. Just wanted you to know I'm not a bot. I'm not spamming you. I have a genuine interest in getting to know you, Jesse. And then here's my one sentence value prop. I'm out. That works wonderfully.
Ooh, I'll have to rewind this episode and go back. Everybody try that video template right there. And I want to know, is anyone else sending video in the DMs or sending even voice notes in the DMs? But as you're letting us know, audience, let's move into our fourth topic, which is funnels. Awareness, interviews, and negotiations. And before we do, did you want to react to that, Alan?
No, no,
Go ahead. Yeah, just jump into funnels.
yeah. So on the funnel side, the job search is like a funnel. The very top of the funnel is gaining awareness. And as Chelsea was saying on LinkedIn, that's probably one of the best places to get awareness. But you need to get through you at the very top of the funnel. You are often competing with hundreds, if not thousands, of resumes that are being tossed into this funnel. And this funnel, this marketing funnel, is basically the application tracking software that a company uses. And then a recruiter will next look at it. So if you send like 100 or 1,000, let's say you have 1,000 applications, 100 will get to the recruiter to actually manually review. Then the recruiter might call about 10 to 20 of those candidates to assess if that candidate is ready to go on to the hiring manager, the next stage of the funnel. And the hiring manager will speak to 5 to 10 people or so. And then the hiring manager will make an assessment. Is this candidate worthy going on to the next stage of the funnel, which are the interview loops? And at the interview loop stage, there will be 4 people deciding if you get through to the offer stage. And then sometimes there might be 1 or 2 people that are available for the offer. But at the end of this funnel, there is only one customer or one applicant that gets a job. So if you think about that from the customer perspective, from the candidate perspective, you better put yourself in a lot of funnels because the odds of you being spit out at the end of that funnel are very slim in each and every case. There are ways to improve the odds there, but assume that every time that you're interviewing that the odds are you're going to be spit out of this funnel. Just like a marketing funnel, there's lots of awareness up top, and then you got to warm the lead up until you speak to the salesperson, and then you hopefully close the call. Same thing on the candidate side. And a sales rep would have lots of clients lots of leads, because they don't expect that one customer is going to close the deal and make their quota. So the salesperson will have lots of different leads, just like you as a candidate should have lots of different leads as lead opportunities as well to land jobs.
Yeah, that's a great point. So it does funnel people out. That's what the funnel is about, right? That's why it gets smaller. Not everybody can make it out the bottom.
That's what it, yeah, that's what it is. And what Chelsea does with sales and marketing is essentially helping clients hire more candidates or get more customers. And that's what the companies are doing. They're trying to hire people.
Yeah. And they need to in order to grow. And sometimes in order to get more investment, and investors want to see that you have someone lined up that your money is going to go to, that they have a reason to give money. So there's a lot of funnels out there. And I even talked about a funnel in that ad for High Level. They have a cool little funnel thing where you can set up automations. And I liked how, Alan, you were talking about there are different stages, or almost like the customer journey, right, of the funnel, where you send different types of content. Not everybody gets that from a marketing perspective. It's like, no, we don't want to start with the case study per se, but like maybe a little further in the funnel, we'll send the case study. And so it's the same thing that you were getting to, where it's like at different points in the funnel of getting hired, you want to send different type of information.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, great way to think about it. So we still have some prizes to give away. And one of those prizes is from both of you all. So thank you for sharing that. And so if you don't mind really quick, I'm going to switch the video around here. If you, we don't want to hide behind the logos, and I'll move back over here. Could both of you share about this prize a little bit in terms of, if people win, they put in hashtag revenue and they win your prize, what are they taking home tonight? Alan?
They are getting a free LinkedIn profile makeover session. So you'll have time one-on-one with me. We'll go over your LinkedIn profile. We'll figure out what your goals are, and we will get it in a lot better shape so that you will be more attractive to those customers that you are going to lease yourself to as talent as a service.
Hashtag revenue will get you that. And then it will also get you this checklist. So tell us about this checklist, Chelsea.
Yeah, this checklist is for business owners or people in leadership at businesses. And I call it the pillars of revenue checklist. It's all the things you need in sales and marketing to make sure that your company can grow.
Everything that you need in sales and marketing to make sure. Oh, like a checklist. That is incredible. I love that idea. Okay, brilliant. So make sure that you all are entering to win those prizes, because we only have a few more seconds here, because we got to get to the guru of the week. Ooh. Who do y'all think the guru of the week is? You are going to find out here in a second. I'm going to pull myself out. Chelsea and Alan, could you both tell everyone in the audience why they should go follow these people on LinkedIn?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay. I am suggesting my friend Emily Camaros. For some reason, we didn't get her picture up here, but you should check out her profile. She's building DEI and high-performing teams into the DNA of organizations. She's also a good friend of mine from 20 years. She's good peeps. So if you need some help on the DEI front, the consulting side, check out Emily Camaros, and you can see her real picture because it is on LinkedIn.
Awesome. And my guru of the week is Savage McKay. He works in a similar space with me, where he helps companies figure out their unique selling points and their messaging, which is so important. A lot of companies are missing the foundational aspects, and that's what's impeding their growth. He offers a lot of great content, good services. He can help small businesses, which is important because he's accessible to everybody. And I think you should follow him.
Go follow them. Some new people to go follow on LinkedIn. We all need to expand our horizons and our audiences a little bit. And what was that, Alan?
Can I can I give away another freebie? I forgot that I had a freebie to give
Ooh.
away.
Please do.
Let me put it in the DM. But it is our LinkedIn optimization tips. So
Optimization tips.
for
Ooh.
those folks that do not get that one-on-one with me, I just put in the chat and they can get our free LinkedIn optimization tips.
Okay, that's really cool. Thank you for sharing that. So if anyone is here, make sure that you're putting hashtag revenue in
Yes.
so that you can win the prize, and then you can get the is what you just shared for everyone, or is that just
That's for everybody.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a cheat sheet for everybody. But for the personalized one-on-one
Yes.
LinkedIn profile makeover, that you need the hashtag revenue and you have to be
Cool.
selected.
So everyone's a
by you.
winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner for everyone. Mary. Okay, here we go. Emily Camaros. She put in the link. Thank you for sharing her link, Mary. Hashtag revenue. You got a few more seconds to enter to win here. I'll switch with you so we're not covering you up. And before we give away prizes, I'm going to give people a few more seconds to put this in because I'm going to do the draw here in just a second. I don't know if that'll work. If you put them all in one thing, that's smart, David. Of course, the tech founder finds a way to break it. But I don't know if it like each keyword has to be a different comment, but maybe we'll see here when we do the draw, David. But before we go into the draw, could both of you tell the audience how they could find you after the show if they wanted to reach out and, you know, like what you might be able to help them with and what type of people you tend to help? So I'll start over here with you, Chelsea.
Yeah. So you can reach me on LinkedIn, big LinkedIn content creator, Chelsea Olsen. My name's right here. You could also go to my website, chelseaolsen.com. I can help you if you are not a business owner with your LinkedIn and your outreach strategy and your profile and things as well, like Alan does. But if you own a company and you're making between 2 to 20 million, that that wants to grow and you want to scale, I can help. And I specialize in working with agencies, so like marketing, creative, PR agencies, and B2B service providers. So just keep that in mind.
Incredible. I know we have some people like that here in growth mode. So reach out to Chelsea. She's your gal. And then Alan, how about you? Could you fill in our listeners on how they can reach you and how you might be able to help them?
Sure. So you can find me on LinkedIn. I'm there every day, too often. Got to get off there a little bit. You can also check out our podcast, the Steer Your Career Podcast, and go to KadimaCareers.com. So that's where you can find me. And in terms of who we help and how we help ambitious professionals get more interviews, get more offers, make more money. So that's what we do. If you're looking for a better job, quicker, more confidently, and with lots more money, that's what we do best.
I know at least one person in our audience, not going to name any names, who is looking for a job. You know who you are. You should definitely put in hashtag revenue and try to win some time here. But with that being said, let's go ahead and give away some prizes. So we'll go ahead and start with high level. Where is high level? Okay, it's always out of order here. We've got 3 entries for the swag pack. And now if you win, you've got to go to reveting.com/winner and give us your details, including your shirt size, so we can share that with high level. David, I'm so glad you won. Congratulations. You are the winner of the high level swag pack. If you don't mind, like I was just explaining, go over to reveting.com/winner to enter to win those details so we can, get you the swag pack. And then for prize 2, we've got hashtag blog, I believe is the one I just clicked on. Actually, so it's prize 3. It's Elizabeth. You won. Congratulations. You won Open Draft, the 10 free blogs. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I believe we already have your details. I believe you've won prizes before, so Sabrina should be able to find that information. And then let's go ahead and give away another prize here. So I gave away prize 1 and prize 3 already. Let's go to prize too. Oh, we don't have 2 entries on hashtag VA. So if anyone wants to compete with that, there's only 1 entry on there. So I'm going to move on to the headset. 2 entries for the wireless headset. So either Yoti or Joti and David, who's going to get it? David, it is your night. You are very lucky tonight. You're going to have to go get a lottery ticket, do something, because you are winning a couple prizes. Just make sure we have your details, David. Go over to reveting.com/winner. Let me keep going. Let's see. What brand is next? So hashtag email for lavender. We've got Yodi and we've got, or Jody. I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. And David, who's going to win hashtag email. We've got a different winner. Yay. Yodi, you took this one. So this is the Chrome extension called Lavender. It's an amazing tool to help you write cold emails. It helps you with your tone. It's amazing. And you're about to find out why. So congratulations. Please go to reveting.com/winner and share your details with us. Let's see. We have to give away hashtag marketing. So if you win this, you win 1 free month to my program. We just started with a May cohort and we go through a lot of different things. So Yahim, you won. Congratulations. Hashtag marketing. We are meeting on Friday. We meet Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, going over LinkedIn, live streaming, a whole bunch of things. So reach out to you. Give us your details. And finally, last but not least, we had another entry with the VA. So we're going to be giving away the guest prizes here in just a moment. Let's do hashtag VA. We've got 2. We've got David and Yahim, who's getting 10 free hours with a VA. Who is it going to be? Cherry Assistant's going to be connected with David. Congratulations, David. You are just taking the cake tonight. So make sure we have your details, David. reveting.com/winner. And finally, we've got 9 entries on hashtag winner or hashtag revenue, hashtag winner. So this is our guest prizes. Thank you again, Alan and Chelsea, for being here tonight and sharing these prizes. Who is it going to be? I can't name all these names. We've got Randall and Virginia and David and Randall and Elizabeth and Yodi. Out of all those names, you got a second prize. Congratulations. Please make sure we have your details. And congratulations to all the winners. Big thanks to our guests for being here. I really appreciate it. And thanks for the prizes. So we'll connect you with the winner via email, and it'll either be tonight or tomorrow morning, depending when we get the details, especially. But really appreciate you being here.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you.
Nice to meet you, Chelsea.
Yeah, I hope you both have a good night because it is late, and just take care, and thanks for making it a winning Wednesday for so many of us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.